Everybody's excited about Gladio Coin. The reason why they're excited is it's because it's a way to get Bitcoin. Everybody needs Bitcoin. Why do they need Bitcoin? Well, just a brief history. In 2008, it was invented. 2009 was the first transaction, and well, the rest has kind of been history. And now that, while I wasn't in it then, I didn't really like it then. I was just coming out of a few transactions myself, and I said it's just not for me. Didn't want anything to do with artificial coin. I have changed my mind. And so now we have a real chance to get our hands on some coin working together as a team. The value in 2010 was about a dime. Last year, about $900. Today it's averaging around 1,300. First time in history, going above 14. Awesome. Everybody thought it was going to crash when the exchange traded fund didn't come through, but it didn't. And so now you have people running into the system wanting to get their hands on one of the 21 million Bitcoin, with those companies right there having invested in it. But in order to do that, you need to have what's called an e-wallet. An e-wallet's nothing more than a piece of software that runs on the internet as a website. You can go ahead and sign up for those for free, and then you can transfer your coin into that e-wallet. Local Bitcoins is a place to buy and sell on a peer-to-peer basis. That means somebody locally will sell you the coin. And BitPay is a really neat place to get a Visa card, and that Visa card will allow you to spend your coin just like you do all the time with a debit card. Safe over there talks about what we call a hardware wallet. You can actually transfer your coin to that so you can take it off the internet for safety purposes and privacy, anonymity purposes. But there's a lot of things that you can do with Bitcoin. You can shop all over the world now. There are websites that will actually help you find people that wherever you want to buy, whatever you want to buy is being sold. They're taking Bitcoin already. You know, you're just going to be able to use your cell phone, debit card, or something like be sitting at your computer and just transfer Bitcoin to somebody, and they're going to send you what your goods are. That's really exciting. The more companies that get excited about Bitcoin, see its value, the more, this is going to work for you. What this is Bitcoin trading. Trading is where you actually buy low and sell high every day, hundreds of thousands of times using computers. This is high speed trading. And so the reason this really works well with Bitcoin is because you have wide swings in value all day long, just up, down, $100 a day, up, 150 down, 75 back up. It's just amazing what you can do when you have that kind of volatility in an asset. And the computers do that. They manage thousands of contracts going up, thousands of contracts coming down. And before, we were actually able to buy it when it was around, $700. There was all that turmoil going on in China where Bitcoin actually saved the day. People in the U.S. were able to buy it for 700 and sell it in China for 1,000. Now that's a great premium. That's what you can do. That's what you do, is you actually give them some of your Bitcoin to trade with. Now, the reason why this works is because of the currency exchange. If they weren't out there, where they, we wouldn't be able to buy and sell from different locations, do the transactions from all over the world. This system is a high-speed trading system and therefore generates a high volume of Bitcoin. And because it's a digital economy now, we're not tied to any one location. Borders, don't matter. You can deal with somebody over in China just as easily as somebody in Russia or Australia, Africa. It really doesn't matter. In fact, Andrea Antonopoulos says that with a Bitcoin account and your cell phone, you can literally have a Swiss bank. Not a Swiss account, a Swiss bank in your pocket. And you can transact any kind of business anywhere in the world as long as you have an internet connection. Now, that's a really phenomenal thing. But I like it. I think it's really good because while I wasn't interested before, I am interested now, because if you look at the world economies, they're falling down because they all have this debt-based fiat money, which isn't working. And we have the same old people tied up in the same old bureaucracies, and the banks running everything, creating this stupid mess. And we're all having to deal with lack of jobs, lack of business, high prices. Enough is enough. We can actually take control by having our own private money, and we can create our own economy. Now, that's what excites me. And this is what's got me really excited going forward. We can literally eliminate those bureaucracies by the fact that we don't need to use them anymore. You see, they count on us to be forced to use them. We don't have to use them anymore. The benefits are really cool. The idea here is whatever Bitcoin you're going to give the trade platform, you can't give them any more than 4. That's the max. And everybody should try and do that. Listen, don't tiptoe around. Just pay attention. We've already done all the work for you. We're going to show you that it actually works. I'm going to prove it to you. Don't wait like I did. It'd take a lot of time because we weren't sure about this stuff or the way it was trending. Believe me, now is the time. So it's working great here. A lot of people are taking advantage of it. Get in with both feet as fast as you can. Because you may not get another chance to do this. Bitcoin can suddenly rise to a huge amount. Above 40,000 is not unheard of as a potential. And suddenly, you can't get it anymore for a small amount like you could now. For Bitcoin is really not a lot of money in terms of, when you put it in savings plans or retirement plans or stuff like that. It's really just peanuts. But still, a lot of people, the average person can't really spend $500. And there's an opportunity just to get in while it is affordable. Anyway, it's fully automated. It runs by itself. There's not a lot that you have to do. And you just have to press buttons when you're required to. There aren't any tedious activities. You just have to watch what's going on and let other people know what's going on and how they can get involved with this company. It's just going to be amazing. I'm going to show you what we're talking about. We've already talked about it. It's an international presence. Happens in real time, runs on a tablet, phone, PC. It's simple stuff here. It's not complicated. But instead of being like a bank, they have what's called an optionary binary network. What does that mean? That means that you can refer people to the company, and they pay you a referral fee, and that's pretty cool, 5 to 15%. So we already said that. It doubles in 90 days. Now, there are two caveats to that. One is that you put your money in and just let it sit there and collect interest, which it will do in 90 days, but there's an acceleration included. You can actually affect the doubling and move it as fast to every single day, 8 Bitcoin a day. Think about that, multiply those numbers. So here's how it works. You have a passive side and you have a binary side. Passive side is where you put the money in and it sits there and just grows at 2.2% every day. That's it. When you're done with that 4, you can put in another 4. And now you've got 8, and you go 8 at 2.2%. And so if you go all year long, you end up with about 64,000, just according to today's, or 64 Bitcoin. That's it. But what if you could do this every single day? You can. You can by referring people into the platform, because the earnings that you get from the fee that comes from the binary network goes into the account and helps you double faster on that contract. It's like a 90-day CD. Or it's like a guaranteed interest annuity contract. They write these contracts for specific periods of time. You put your money in. At the end of the period, you get your interest and you get your principal. But here, you get your principal back on the 2.2% daily. And under the earnings and interest and stuff that comes, it goes right into your own personal blockchain account or your own e-wallet. They do not hold on to your money. They only hold on to the amount that you gave them for doing trading for that 90-day period. But it's not 90 days, remember. If you can cycle every day, it's only 24 hours. You put 4 in, you take out 8 the next day. You put 4 in, take 8 out. Simply do that by building up this pool beneath you in what's called the binary network. And so I'm going to show you here how that binary works for you. You sit here at the top and you refer 2 people, one on your left, one on your right. You only have 2 spots. That's why it's called a binary. There's only 2 legs. You need to do that in order to qualify to receive the commissions from the binary referrals. That's all you got to do. Now, you can take those 2 spots, and you should. Why? Because when you work to get the main position pumping out 8 Bitcoin a day, you have built a leg down the right and you have built a leg down the left side. And these spots you own. Once you max out at the 8 Bitcoin, you can't do any more, right? So if you want to keep building on this team here, because the right side's already done it for you, it's all over. All you got to do is start building the left side, and you're just pulling money off that bank leg. And that way you can build another 8. So you've got 8 pumping here, 8 pumping there. And think about that. That's 24 Bitcoin a day. Do the math. It's up at 1,500 today, times 24. Oh my gosh. 24 per day. That's a pretty good deal in my book. Okay. So this is really stating the same thing. They're all talking about it here. If people get in and get started putting their Bitcoin, this is what's going to happen. 50 people put in their money. 50 people double their money. And they continue. Why? Why did they continue? Because they got to retain the binary. If you don't continue when the contract renews, either double or within that 90-day period, you lose the binary network. Why? Because they pay every day. You have to be in the slot in order to receive that pay. If you don't, if you don't renew, you're out of the line. The line has to connect upwards. You can't get back in. So why anybody would not renew is beyond me. Somebody says, well, I might be sick. Well, have a trusted family member do it for you. It's not a big deal. They just click a button. Put the 4 Bitcoin back into your accounts. No big deal. So here are the plans. The minimum plan is 5% of Bitcoin, whatever the price is, and there's no doubling. Here, all you can get is a percentage of the binary that you receive. Now, even though it doesn't double, this account is still going to expire in 90 days. So you've got 90 days to get in here and get this plan up to the 10% plan. And that's really the purpose for it. By all means, if you can, start at this Spartacus 2, the 10%, if that's all you can do. And you get the binary fee and it doubles in 90 days, you can at least get the regular retaining on a monthly basis. And for number 3, that's the same thing. But here's the sweet spot. On the lowest side, you want to be at half a Bitcoin because it doubles in 90 days. But look at that. You receive the 9% of the binary network that is down below to help you speed up the doubling. That's the point. The whole point here is get your 30 Bitcoin a month. Do the math. 1,500 times 30 Bitcoin a month. You think that would change your life? Yeah. I think that would be a nice retirement plan. Listen, you got to understand this. Fiat money is going bye-bye. It gets worse. The dollars that you have are worth less and less every single day. Bitcoin gets more and more valuable every single day you hold it. One Bitcoin can easily exceed $1 million a piece, simply because if you think about it, 1% of the assets of the United States go into Bitcoin, it's going to be worth more than $1 million or more. There are only 21 million Bitcoin. There will never be any more. And when you transfer that kind of asset base into the entire world chasing these things, it's going to be huge, a huge store of value and something that you can pass on to your family down the road. People have said that you really only need 1 Bitcoin because it's going to be so valuable that you're able to do anything you want for the rest of your life. Well, that remains to be seen. But get yourself some Bitcoin. Here are the sweetheart plans right here. This is where you want to be. So the best place to start is with Spartacus 7. If you can put 4 Bitcoin in, you get the 15% binary referral fee. That's a major deal. That really begins to kick up the earnings here, and everybody should work towards that deal. If you got to start lower, by all means, getting in is better than not getting in. And when you take advantage of the earnings, you get and can move right into that, 4 Bitcoin level. And you can have more than 3 positions. You can have as many positions as you actually want to work. So if you have that Spartacus 7 at 240 Bitcoin a day, let's just say the value is at, let's just say 1,000, okay? Just for ease, instead of 13 or 1,500, that's 240 Bitcoin a month. Times 1,000, that's 240,000 a month. That's incredible. And we already have seen people that are making that kind of money, and that's just amazing, that are earning that type of Bitcoin. So now look, if you had 3 positions, you have the top part and the 2 below you, and now you've got all those working with 8. Man, look at the money coming out of that thing. That's incredible. What do you got to do? Do you got to get an advanced degree in mathematics to figure all this out? Do you got to go spend your life, developing some type of dream product that you want everybody to buy and then it doesn't sell, or you spend all that money and all that time? All you have to do is, put on your big boy pants and, go talk to a couple people, maybe in family members, whatever. Get some money in here. You don't put your money in here and you don't get Bitcoin, you're not going to take advantage of it. You've got to go get Bitcoin, put it into your blockchain account, put your Bitcoin into your e-wallet, and then transfer that coin for trading purposes. Transfer it into Gladiacoin and watch how you receive the money coming back into your own personal account every single day. Now, that's really all it is, folks. That's what you have to do to get started. You'll want to talk to the person that referred you to this, or if you're seeing this video online somewhere, go to doubleyourbitcoinin90days.com, doubleyourbitcoinin90days.com, You're really going to be excited about the videos that are there explaining what Bitcoin is, what blockchain is, what cryptocurrencies are. They're going to help you understand what's going on here and how to take advantage of it. I just have to say, even if you got to start slow, just start and then work your butt to get up there, because this is really a big opportunity that you're not investing a ton, and there's not a ton of risk. Where I do know the big risk is in keeping your money just sitting. In fact, in relationship to dollars, I believe it's safer than dollars. Safer than dollars. You can't lose it. And yet the dollar is losing value every day as it debases the currency, and you lose your purchasing power, which means the economic model is stealing from you. They're stealing from you interest rates, fees, exorbitant fees, your money not growing. It's just not safe. It's a lose-win scenario. But with Bitcoin, Gladia Coin is a total win-win deal. You put your money into the bank, you really don't own it. They own it, and they take it from you, and they do whatever, they want to with it. Listen, you guys, this is a different generation. This isn't World War II generation anymore. The reason they have insurance on banks was to convince people to put their money into it because it was so darn risky. But that's what we want you to see here. So I asked myself, what was the chance of me losing some money that I had? I wanted to use to do some of this trading, but if I'm cycling every 24 hours, I'm really not losing anything. That's why I'm telling you, get to the 4 Bitcoin level. Don't screw around. All right. And this is very significant stuff. It's not a game with me anyway. I'm very serious about this. I'm very serious about teaching my kids, my family, my friends, and everyone around me. So the reason I'm trying to help you guys is because I want to protect my own personal finances. I want to have an economy around me, and helping you protect your economy helps me have my economy. Get it? We actually have to work together as a team and wake up people. So get back to the person that referred you, and they will have a personal referral link that you can use in order to get in. You'll want to walk through those steps with this individual person to help you so that it becomes a little bit easier. It's new language. Some it's a challenge. For some millennials, it's super easy. They get it. But just be patient with yourself and with the process. And again, if you want to learn more about this, go to either our Facebook page called Double Your Bitcoin in 90 Days, or go to doubleyourbitcoinin90days.com. We'll see you next time on the broadcast. Thanks.